Pounders, we are back. And finally, they have given us what we need and what we want is a new tournament. Not just one, but two. A little bit of something for everybody. The Pitbull, $75 entry, and the Hound Dog, a $10 entry. We are going to be drafting a Pitbull or two, depending on how many likes we could smash on this video. Maybe we go for 3. Who knows? We're going to set the first like count at 35. And if you guys are watching this afterwards, I obviously appreciate you dropping a like as well. So 120K up top, 7,500 entrants, 60K to second. So 50%. And it's gradual. It's a gradual decrease, which is what you like to see. Not super, super, super top heavy. And if you make the finals, it's a guaranteed $1,500. So the advance rates are going to be a little lower, but the finals group is 25 people. I like this personally. You are obviously trying to push one team to the finals. It's a 10 entry max, 2 out of 12 advance, and then 2 out of 10 advance for week 16 or week 15 into week 16. Week 16, 1 out of 10 advance into week 17. And a lot of you might have strategy questions for this type of contest. And for me, it's strictly about advancing teams to the finals, making the best play, making the best pick on every turn, not really as worried about double stack, bring back. You're going against 24 other lineups in the finals. So it's not, you don't have to separate yourself from so many teams. You don't have to completely reach for the craziest upside like we do in BestBall Mania. This is going to be a little more played like a cash game. If you guys have done cash games on Underdog, you strictly just want to make the best picks and you want to make the advance rate picks, in my opinion. New contest, so shouldn't be worried about players' ADPs that have risen, that have fallen. Everyone's on an even playing field. I think that's important to note. You can start getting exposure to players that maybe you missed out on that crazy ADP change or value in BestBall Mania or another tournament that's been open for weeks and weeks. Now is the time to do that if that player, in your opinion, is rising. And we have a few players like that I really want to target. Do we draft Madison today? I don't know. It might be one of those types of days. So we'll see. A couple quick hellos. TB Bucks, Drew, I know he jumped into one of these. He let us know that this tournament dropped, so I appreciate that. Facey Dysfunctional, Nate, Ben, and my man, the Candy Man, Fantasy Football Garage. What's going on? Bobbert, what's up? Jason Von Baron. I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting for the wife to get out of the doctor's. So maybe you jump in this with us. But hey, no texting and drafting. No driving and drafting. Chaz, what's going on, my man? We are going to jump into this soon. I do want to go over a couple of my exposures real quick before we do jump into this. Let me peek. Where are we at? Completed. There's just some risers and fallers. We can really quickly talk about some camp news. And Daniel Jones has connected with Jalen Hyatt twice today for the end zone. Once on 11-11s and once on 7-on-7s. Dane Dimes has been very accurate with the ball. Now, I expect Hyatt to rise. But when we think about this offense, at least personally, they're going to mix it up. No one's going to really take over this number one role, in my opinion. You can have Slayton, you can have Campbell. They're just going to be kind of intertwined. Everyone's going to get playing time, in my opinion, for the Giants offense this season. Maybe Hyatt takes more of a lead role towards the end of the season, but it's going to be tough. Hodgins, Slayton, like everyone's catching the ball in camp. So it's sort of like KC, sort of, but not really. It's tough to really have someone. Yeah, exactly. Ches says Waller, wide receiver 1. 100% agree. And that's exactly how I see it as well. Is the main pass catcher is sort of like KC, where it's going to be the tight end. Everyone else, They should get their chances in each game. We'll see what those what the snap count looks like after week 1, after week 2. I think that's going to be interesting to take note in, is the how many snaps are these guys getting? Here's my expos. And if you guys want to see more of these, I do post them weekly for the Patreon members and the YouTube memberships on our special Discord channel. And if you guys don't already know, we are doing a 24-hour live stream. If we can hit 1,000 subscribers before NFL kickoff, so make sure you go down, drop a like, drop a sub. If you're watching this afterwards, give us a comment. Let us know what you guys think. AJ Dillon, I'm still on him. Rashid Shaheed, because these exposures, like, they can mean a complete different story based on when you drafted them. I'm still targeting these 3. I'm still targeting Njoku, Gus Edwards, Juwan Johnson, which is always nice to see. It's always nice to see that you're still targeting your highest owned players. Chase Brown, I mean, maybe we get a little lucky there with the Trevion Williams injury. We'll see. Gallup, we've slowed on. Cooks sort of slowed on, but Kendry Miller, Elijah Mitchell, Knox, Thornton, we have to slow on. He's someone I want to talk about because it's not looking great right now in preseason. He had a slow first 4 days. Day 5, he had 2 touchdowns. And day 6, I don't think he's caught a ball. Kendrick Bourne's making plays. The rookies, 6th-round rookies making plays. Devontae Parker. So Juju's out there. We'll see. We just got to see. He has to be out there in 3 wide receiver sets. That is the hope right now. Ramondre Stevenson catching 5 balls today in practice. I love Ramondre Stevenson. I can't get enough Ramondre Stevenson right now, especially with the Dalvin Cook news kind of fading away, going more towards the Jets side of things. I think it's a really good opportunity right now to be adding those Stevenson shares. It was a little scary for me when they bring in Lenny, but they also bring in Zeke. They work out Dalvin Cook. They work out Darrell Henderson. In my mind, this means like, hey, fade Pierre Strong Jr. for now. Just because it looks like they really want to bring someone else in. Jason says Hunter Henry, though, 100%. And we've been screaming this from the rooftops since the big board. He is my highest owned player in the big board, I believe, for tight ends. He's the red zone guy in half-point PPR. This is the guy that we want. I don't think it's a lot of rocket surgery going on there. He's just a couple years, 1 year removed from 8 touchdown season. So he's also, he led the team in red zone targets last season. So I expect this offense to look at least a little better than last season. If you project that too, then last round Hunter Henry seems like a smash. Jared Goff's been on. Yeah, it's really gone to par, I think. Everything that we assumed was going to happen, we've really gotten pretty close with most of this news. So I'm trying to think of some crazy news I saw. I'm just scrolling through right now. Green Bay in a 2-minute drill, defense won. Don't love to see that. Calvin Ridley changed his cleats. His foot's fine. Swift involved in the passing game, but we'll see what those goal line carries look like. I'm definitely adding shares of Rashad Penny. James Cook getting involved a lot in the passing game. Tank Bigsby getting involved a lot with the passing game. Saw a lot of reports that it looks like he has the best hands on the team, making one-handed grabs routinely. That's dangerous for ETN's role and just for his ADP. I'm sitting at 5.3%. That's sort of where I'm comfortable, and I'm drafting him when he falls. I think that's appropriate. And let's jump in. We're waiting on 3 people for the Pitbull $75 tournament, 18 rounds, 120K up top to first place. Let's see if we can get a few pounders in here. And I'll keep scrolling through. Will Levis got absolutely smoked. He got drilled, but it looks like it ended in a touchdown, so that's a win. A-Chain dropped a touchdown pass from Mike White on the goal line. Not a big deal. Treylon Burks. I've seen a steady increase of Treylon Burks news that he's an absolute animal. So I'm scooping him when he falls. He goes into this, he's right before the wide receiver dead zone, in my opinion. And if I leave that zone with my fourth receiver and it's Treylon Burks, I usually feel pretty good about my team. I want to go into that next zone needing tight ends, running backs, and QBs. And we've been putting ourselves in that situation a lot. And our teams feel like they come out pretty good, pretty balanced. Daniel Jones, 12 of 17 on 11 11s, touchdown to Hyatt, 4 for 4 and 7 7s with the touchdown to Hyatt. So practicing with the ones, that's a good sign there. That's a really good sign there. T. Pete, welcome to the live stream. Zach, welcome to the live stream, guys. Ben, what's your Gibbs at? Not coming off the field. Looks great. Gibbs, I'm definitely lower on Gibbs right now. I'm probably at 5 or 6%. I do want to increase that in a tournament like this where maybe I won't have the high percent, but I will get my entry fees up. I think this is the time to catch up on players like that. And I'm completely fine with really not having super overweight on Gibbs right now because his ADP didn't rise. From the start of BBM, he's risen 6-7 spots. It hasn't been too crazy. So we have seen these wide receivers rise, and that's more what I've been on. Exactly what my ETN exposures under the field. We have been selecting these receivers. So now that we're getting this sort of balance out period, I'm more willing to go Gibbs now at his ADP. Xavier Hutchinson is getting some reps with the ones. He's a rookie, kind of a sleeper for the Texans. He's been having good days at camp. Let's see. Coach Matt LaFleur says he expects to have a featured back in each preseason game to help determine running back depth chart behind Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Might give a third RB candidate a full half to work each week. Who cares? Who cares? Anyone else is going to be 2B. I see this offense really as 1A, 1B for Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. We saw that last year. What are we waiting on? One more person to join us in the Pitbull $75. I'm surprised these actually aren't filling fast because people have been asking for tournaments. And asking you shall receive. If someone wants to jump into the $75 draft with us, be my guest. The advance rates are low, but minimum $1,500 if you can push your team through, which is twice your investment if you are doing 10 of these. So if you can push one through, you automatically get twice your investment. And I like this structure. 7,500 teams, minimum payouts, just your money back, which is standard. Usually it's for BestBall Mania, it's 30, so you get $5. That's, in my opinion, I'd rather that money go somewhere else, probably to second, third, fourth, etc. for BBM to make it less of a top-heavy contest, but can't complain with the top prize being $3 million. You really can't. Let's peek. Yeah, Mahomes to Kelsey. We know. It's funny how many updates you're getting from KC, and it's Mahomes to Justin Ross, Mahomes to Watson, Mahomes to Richie James. It's we saw this last year. They didn't have Tony. Mahomes spread the ball to each of his receivers. Maybe I'm assuming we get the biggest increase out of Sky Moore. I don't think we're randomly going to get this huge increase from MVS, who had his chances last season. This thing filled. We get the 9 spot. Very comfortable at the 9. King of Kings, YouTube member, in here with us at the 5. Nate's here at the 10, right next to us, draft neighbors. And I think that might be it. If you guys snuck into this draft room with us, let us know where you're drafting from, if I didn't mention your name. And I saw a nice little corner end zone catch and throw to Chosen Anderson, who seems to be having a good camp in Miami. Just, maybe a little round 18 bring back or round 18 stack with Tua. I don't hate it. Maybe not in this contest. Like I said, I'm going to draft this more like a cash game. But in a contest like BBM, where he's not drafted that often, I think that's where we can get those advantages in a 441-person final versus a 25-person final. You could easily win with naked Goff and then just hit a parlay. It's going to be much easier to do that in a 25-person final than it would be to make that work in a 400-person final. And this guy might not be there. We might already have one person on auto. I fully expect there to be some auto draft teams too. Fully expect there to be some auto drafts team. More than one. No soup for you. I'm not recognizing any of these other names. Maybe Ryan. I have 31 or 32 BBMs left, Nate. So I'm sort of doing one a day, and I want to save some for, live streams and all of that. But I have been doing one or two a day as of late. Been trying to get, that late night plus EV in. It's ugly at night. I got to tell you guys, it is not easy drafting with idiots. It's freaking not. It is tough sledding yesterday trying to get our stacks. Austin Eckler off the board. Welcome to the team, Stephon Diggs. I don't mind starting my first Pitbull draft with an elite receiver. That's for sure. If he goes Diggs, we probably go Eckler there and we try to make it work. And we hope that we get basically Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson to fall to us. Nothing too crazy here. We see A.J. Brown go at 6. I wonder if we see this guy try to go with the Philly stack and go Devonta Smith here and Jalen Hurts at 30. What's Jalen Hurts? His ADP is 25, so he's going to need a slide. If you're going to do that, I like doing that at the 4. I just think it's a little easier to get Devonta Smith at 21, which is ADP's 21, 22. And then you have a couple, 2 more spots. So 28, you need Smith to fall to, which is 3 spots instead of trying to get him to fall 5 spots. Dude, are we really going to get Devontae Adams and a dig start in our first $75 contest? Sure. We'll do it. Jimmy G struggling. Does it matter all that much who the quarterback is for Devontae Adams? I don't think it's going to matter that much. Expect Vegas to be playing from behind. Jimmy G also got hurt last season, so he's going to have these he's going to have a slow start. I kind of fully expect that. Chez says, I prefer drafting in a room of badges over badgeless. I 100% agree. Drew says, feel like Pat is taking back handed shots at me. Come on. Taking backhanded shots at me with the night drafting comments. Come on. Like what? Give me a quote. We're going to need proof. If you guys aren't already in our Discord, we have a free BestBall Mania 4 draft guide just posted about 2 weeks ago. Still very relevant, and it's relevant for these contests as well. So if you're not taking advantage of that, you should. You definitely should be. Completely free for the YouTube subscribers. Olave goes at 22. Olave, Tyreek. No, Lamar Chase. That's a fun start. That's a very fun start. Let's see what we get here. So we're picking at 33. So maybe Deebs, maybe Amari Cooper. Probably going to go one of these two on the way back around. And then we pick at 40 and 57. Some of these ADPs are a little different from just a new contest opening. Let me see. Gibbs at 36. Okay. So what happens? This guy goes, like we said, this guy goes Devonta Smith. He's trying to get Jalen Hurts at 30. You just have a better chance of doing it in the 4 spot. I don't like doing it here at 6. You respect the move, but mobile quarterback, we're talking about a contest where you don't need to double stack, triple stack, bring backs. You don't need a pass catcher even with Jalen Hurts in this type of contest. So I don't expect to get Josh Allen to come back to us. Yeah, he's gone. Huge advantage. I like the elite QB advantage. Let's see. I'll gladly go Taylor if he falls to us. I don't think he's going to get that far, but you never know. This team's not going RB. We'll see if King of Kings goes RB at 29. Mark Andrews off the board. Stevenson off the board. Taylor off the board here at 30. Goddamn. Like I said, I kind of figured it was going to be one of these two guys. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. The double snipes could be too much pain. This guy definitely going to receiver. Oh, Max Payne. They're doing it. It's happening. Go Lamar. We might have to go Lamar. It's happening. Oh, shit. We can go Debo here. We can go Debo. Justifying it. We're going Debo. We're going Deebs. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get our elite guys. Lamar goes right after. And then this is the range where you're like, oh, fuck. That's, in my opinion, this is a range where you're like, all right, Gibbs, Judy. Najee, I think, is an okay click. I don't really. Oh, Peng's in. Peng's in here. We can't knock the Najee too hard. Especially if Felix is in here. Very high on Najee. Volume-based RB. I think it's fine in this contest. Dude, if we get Jacobs at 40, I think we just have to click it. We'll see what Nate's wants to do here. He does go Lamar with his last pick. Watson off the board at 36. This is the show all about best balls, Davis. Best balls. The 0-2-1 start. You have to think this guy's going receiver, but he doesn't. He just big brains around it. Judy off the board. Did we cause ourselves this Max Payne? Probably. This is what we're doing here, fellas. This is what we're doing. I want this to be two QB build. So we will stick with Fields. Maybe we get Kittle on the way back around. Our second QB could be Purdy if we can make that work. But give me Justin Fields here. Give me Justin Fields. Naked car. Jason says naked car in honor of Ping. 100%. We would have to do it. You are correct. The naked car, no stripes. Keenan Allen finally comes off the board at 43. Honestly, yeah, that's just it's probably where he should be going. 43, 42. In a contest like this, I don't mind if he's your wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2, even. Mike Williams, probably the favorite click for Best Ball Mania 4 over Keenan Allen, just based on roles. But Keenan Allen does look good in camp right now. Nate goes, wanted Gibbs there. Of course he takes RB. Yeah, of course he does. So we weren't getting Gibbs no matter what. Nate's was going to take him. ETN off the board. Joe Mixon goes here. Terry McLaurin. I think I saw a report that he caught 3 touchdowns today. Just a bad man. Just a bad man, and he's like Lockett in a way that he just gets disrespected every single year. He has to prove himself to the fantasy football community every single year. Super funny. Joe Burrow goes at 48 to the T. Higgs, Ridley, JJ squad. Also brings in Kenneth Walker. I like the Kenneth Walker click right now. Little uncertainty with him. A little uncertainty with Sharps, though. I think he should be a small riser right now. If it gets back to us and Kittle's still there, we'll probably just go Kittle. Davis says 50 viewers, 17 likes. The math is not adding. I agree. Guys, go down, slap the like button for me. If we do hit 35 likes, we're going to jump into a second one after this. We will do a second draft. I do dance for change. That's the name of the game. I will dance for $1. I didn't think DJ Moore was going to make it back to us, but it's looking more and more likely. Something like this. Maybe we can get Kittle at 64 too. I wouldn't mind pushing that. Oh my God. There's no way. There's no way we get him 10 picks after. No way, man. Fuck. What are you going to do? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Very interesting. Very interesting. Deontay Johnson over DJ Moore. I mean, that's a take. It's definitely a take. I mean, jeez, just fall to me, baby. Just fall to me. We need running backs, but do we? You know what I mean? Like, actually, do we? Let's see. Pick 81. If Kittle goes, we have to go RB, in my opinion. And if he doesn't, we can push RB because that's what we do. Hashtag be a man. I don't mind bringing in, probably looks like this, to be honest. This guy's a wild card. Clone X. Let's see it. Auto pick Madison. He goes Mike Evans. So we're making everyone reach now. I do like this range to get your first RB. I think this is fine. No Dobbins, please, he says. No Dobbins, please. Do we just live life on the wild side? Because that sounds fun. 81, 86. 81, 86. 105. Let's go Cam Akers here. Let's go Cam Akers. We chickened out. Oh, we got a rave going on. Gotta figure this light out. I don't think it's charging because I have it plugged into the PC, so it just dies faster than I can charge. Bill Byer says, RB is not that important. I agree. We could have gone Kittle there, but I feel like getting one in this range feels good for the roster construction. I don't mind tight ends in this range too. So if I could guarantee myself like AJ Dillon at 105 and like James Conner here at 81, it's just James Conner's been a riser as of late, so you can't really get him here. If I could guarantee my first RB as James Conner at 81, I would go Kittle there every time. Rave light programmed. Jesus. All right, let's see. Kittle goes at 69, and he goes to the Mark Andrews team that only has 2 receivers. Feels good. Feels really good. Trevor Lawrence squad against Kirk. Where's Ridley? Ridley's on the 1-2 turn. Lazy kid. Goes Kyle Pitts at 72. We see a little run at tight end here. Little run at tight end. Damn. They're probably on the way, Jay. They're probably on the way. Said someone called the cops after you robbed DJ Moore in the 5th. Stolen. I forgot to get the spoons out. What am I doing, man? Get the spoons out. Holy smokes. 10 picks after ADP on DJ Moore stacked. Too sick. Too sick. Oh, baby. Is this fallen to us just like we planned? Little running back. There goes Waller. I would have liked either an elite RB or Waller. Connor goes. Kind of figured that was going to happen, which is why we did go Cam Akes. Javonte Williams news is he's going to play in the second preseason game. Insane. But if Dobbins falls to 81, I ain't no fool. No timetable for return. I will assume that risk. Let's go. Get the spoons. Get the spoons. Dobbins, 18 picks after ADP. Yes, please. Yes, please. We do have a little positive news about Pacheco's injury. Let's see. I wouldn't mind another RB here. I also don't mind grabbing, let's say, Treylon Burks. And then our next pick's where? Our next pick's at 105 and 112. 105, good range for RBs. 112. Dude, I mean, we can get Treylon Burks here too. I think I just have to. We got our 2 RBs. Fucking send it. Can also now backstack either Ryan Tannehill or Purdy or Jimmy G. So we got options. Jimmy G would probably be my last choice. It's a matching bye week too, so I'm going to try not to do that. I think we're strong. Elite QB. We're definitely elite at receiver. We're no more than 7 receivers for this team. 100%. Probably going to be a 6 RB team, 2 QB, 7 receiver. And then what's that leave us with? 3 tight ends? Yeah, that'd leave us with 3 tight ends. And that's what it's sort of looking like right now. We see a run at RB. Rashad Penny goes off the board at 94 to the Swift team. This guy's doing things. This guy is doing things. I don't know if I hate it or love it or despise it or want it, but it's somewhere in between all of that, but nothing at all. Alvin Kamara at 93. Cook goes at 95. Dude, when are we going to get some free agency running back news? Every day I wake up, I'm just like scrolling, like, how has no one signed? Getting a lot of injuries to RBs. Oh, there goes the jokes. No Joku. Definitely was going to target Njoku here if he fell to us. Comes up just short. I would go Pat Freiermuth. I don't want to have to go perfect. All right. Let's bring in Pat Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth or AJ Dillon? Oh, man, this is conflict of interest right here. Conflict of interest. AJ Dillon's on the board. I don't know if I'm even allowed to pass on him. Going Freiermuth. AJ Dillon gets scooped He gets scooped. Expected. I don't even mind going like a naked Anthony Richardson here. Maybe grabbing an Alec Pierce. A-Rich gone. We didn't go Javonte, right? We didn't go to Javonte. We went J.K. Dobbins. If we play like a cash game and go strictly off advance rates, where's the D-Hop team? Hopkins at, okay, Annie has Jalen Hurts. Where's the Henry team? King of Kings. I don't know if he would go Tannehill at the end with just Henry, but he definitely needs to catch up a receiver. I'm surprised you click Njoku here over Sutton, only having 2 receivers. I think this is a pretty easy click, to be honest. I think this is a pretty easy click. Bring in Brian Robinson. We are balanced. We are balanced. We're on like the seesaw, and neither of us can get down. Completely balanced. Dak and Kirk. And is this a nakey Kirk? This might be a nakey Kirk. No, he's got Addison. He only got 3 receivers, though. 5 running backs, 2 QBs. I think I can honestly say I've never seen that sort of start. Mind blown. Mind blown. Nico Collins off the board at 116. I like that selection. That's a good pick for King right there. Good fit for that squad. We're up in 10 picks. 31 likes. Appreciate you guys. We're going to be doing a second draft if we can hit that 35 like counter. If you guys aren't already subscribed, we're doing a 24-hour live stream if we can hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to help us support the channel, drop the sub. Appreciate you guys. A-Chain and Charbonnet, a little double tap there. I love that for this team. I love that for this team. Do I though? With Kenneth Walker? Not as much. Not as much. If that was Aaron Jones, I would like it. I'd like it more, but I don't know. That's hilarious. A little nip slip at 50 likes, feed at 75. Dude, that's what's on the Patreon, you know? That's the real benefit to the Patreon. Not seeing my exposures, not getting in the Founders Pounders redraft league, not supporting the channel. Gonna have a little audio upgrade coming soon. Thanks to everybody supporting us. Yeah, it's all about the feats right there. Rex Ryan style. Give us our man. Give us our man. We're also going to be targeting Komet at 150. Can we get him at 153? This side of the board is kind of heavily drafted tight ends, so I think we should try to push that. Juju, 13 picks after. I'm like sort of on team never Juju, but where do we make the exception? If we do try to target Komet, do I want 3 pass catchers on this offense? Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll do it. We'll do it. Mooney's on the field. I think that's a huge... Honestly, Mooney probably shouldn't be going in this range. That's the thing. Mooney should probably be going in front or near Tyler Boyd, in my opinion. Tank Bigsby at 132. Algier at 131. Okay. Well, 11 pick reach. Go get your guy. Go get your guy. Go get your guys. Everyone's just reaching on the back end here. Thielen? Thank you. Oh, man. The Juju disrespect. 20 picks after ADP. Okay. Thank you, Nate. That's a 6 scoop. Super strong at receiver here. D-Dom. I don't like the McKinnon click right now. I wouldn't mind grabbing Kendra for this team. I still think Kendra is going to be a riser. When Kendra gets suspended, who becomes the pass catching back in New Orleans? We know Jamal Williams don't catch balls. Like, he instantly becomes the RB2, change of pace back behind Jamal Williams, most likely with third down work. Like, that's awesome for him to gives him an opportunity at least to earn a role. It gives him an opportunity. What he does with that opportunity, we'll see. But out of training camp, a lot of good stuff around Kendra Miller, so can't argue that one. Davis is going off in the chat. Davis, we got to get you back on the live stream, man. Did I say Kendra is getting suspended? Kamara is getting suspended. Kendra will benefit from that. And that news, when it comes out, automatic ADP boost. Like, it's going to happen. Now, did I sort of like probably ruin some of that ADP value that I could scoop on a later draft? Yeah, but this is a 10-team max draft. So 10 entry max. So I don't mind just going and getting my guys to some certain extent, especially if I expect them to rise to a certain ADP. Donta Foreman at 143. People are just going nuts right now. People are going nutty. Crazy. This crazy. And like, they have to be reaching, because how else do we get DJ Moore at 57? 10 picks after ADP on an early round player with only positive news surrounding them is ludicrous. And then it's stacked. Hard as a rock. Mingo at 149. Give us a man. Oh, everything just broke. Oh, man. Komet is so close. Look it up. I mean, I guess we could go Chiggy too, and that would give us a double stack if we did go Tannehill. Okay, so we're getting one of the two. I'd almost rather go Chiggy with this squad. ADP boost, 13, 14 picks. I don't necessarily love a triple stack for Jay Fields, but that's what it's going to be. That is what it's going to be. Nate's goes with Gerald Everett as his first tight end, as the first tight end. 6 picks after ADP. This team had A-Rich, right? Yep. Alec Pierce goes to the A-Rich team. Welcome home. I didn't think I was going to get Mims at 160. This team's got 6 running backs. What is happening? The Singletary Snipperooski. Do I need any of these running backs right here? Like, I don't think so. I like the Rashid Shaheed click. It's our last receiver. We're done at wideout. The board. If I'm gonna go RB there, it probably looks like this. I can't go another Chicago Bear. I can't do it. Having DJ Moore, having Mooney, having Komet, and going Rashawn Johnson is just, it's a little too much. It's a little too much. I don't mind the Jeff Wilson reach up too. I was kind of hoping we would get Jeff Wilson on the way back around. He was going to be one of our targets. I don't really love going Gus Edwards having Dobbins. I don't think that makes a ton of sense, but maybe we could still do it. Kind of handcuff ourselves though. Yeah, this team's just basically going to be a bunch of late running backs. Tannehill 200. I can secure Tannehill at 184. Did DeAndre Hopkins' team has Jalen Hurts and Jared Goff? He shouldn't go another QB. Like, realistically, I shouldn't have to go Tannehill here or here. Where's the Chiggy team? AJK has Chiggy, Staffy. He's got 3 QBs. Like, he shouldn't go another QB. We shouldn't have to worry about him. King of Kings has 1 QB, but he only has Derrick Henry. And if Tajay Spears takes over the third down work, I don't think Tannehill necessarily makes a ton of sense here. So let's see what comes back to us. Team's on my right. This team's got 2 QBs. He's got 2, and the 12 spot needs a second one. Oh, man. Whew. We can go Purdy with this team as well. We got an update on 49ers. Brock Purdy, 11 11s with the first team offense, 7 of 11 passing. I mean, 12 picks after ADP. Number 2 guy behind Chubb. Definitely has upside. This is the range that I'll click Jerome Ford. So I actually don't even mind Gus Edwards ahead of Jerome Ford either. But I didn't want Gus Edwards for this team, having Dobbins. So I like that. I love this. I love this take by Jeff here. So good. Joining late. Give me 1 BBM entry and I'm making it a Fields team. Well, this is a Pitbull entry, so even better. And we do reach up to get him. Should be telling based who we're targeting right now in August. Give me Justin Fields. I did send out a tweet the other day that I project him to be in the 3rd round next year. Fuck. I mean, like, I definitely need a QB here. Brock Purdy at 167. I mean, 17, 16 picks after ADP. Shit, right? Do we just scoop the ADP value? I think that's what we're going to do. Now, I mean, I wish I went fucking Kittle with what pick? Was it with the... Obviously, we didn't know that was going to happen. Where's the Kittle pick? So Kittle went at 69. We went Cam Akers there. I actually don't regret that at all. Because James Conner went before our next pick. Javonte Williams went before our next pick. We get Dobbins somehow 18 or 17 picks after ADP. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We'll take a single stack with Purdy. I think that's fine. So we'll end this team with a running back and a tight end. Now it's a matter of which I like the Chase Brown selection here by King of Kings. Nice. 38 likes. I appreciate you guys. Ryan McDonald says, I was drafting 6-hole here. Just saw you were live streaming. Let's check the team, Rye. I saw you got cucked by the Jalen Hurts selection. I do like trying this in the 4 spot instead of 6. It's easier to get it because Devonta Smith's ADP is like 21.8, so you can usually get him here. Obviously, you go Brown at 4, and then Jalen Hurts' ADP is 25, so you only need him to fall 3 spots instead of having him fall 5 spots. And I think it's a little tougher in these high-stakes drafts to get the elite QBs to fall because the finals group's 25 people, so it's not – you don't really need those stacks, those double stacks, and bring back. So people are going the naked elite QBs more often in these. Artie might have hit an all-time low tonight, boys. Joined a Yahoo random public league $100 buy-in. We're drafting tonight, he says. That's the best. Any tips? I think I'm going to target players like Ramondre and Josh Jacobs and hope for the best. Seems like you got a plan, my man. I like Yahoo. I like Yahoo a lot. I just posted the stats on our Yahoo redraft in Discord the other day. 8 first place finishes, 25 teams. I usually do 1 to 3 teams a year. So I've been sort of varying in 10 and 12 team leagues, half point, full point PPR. One's a keeper. And I like the DK bonuses. Like bonuses at 300 passing yards is 3 points, 100 rushing yards, 100 receiving yards is 3 points. And then in one, it's 150 is 4 points, and 200 plus is another 5 points. Makes for some fun games and changes drafting strategy. I have to actually look at that team, LSC, for my keepers. But last year, at the end of the draft, after we won, I mean, I know I had Ridley on the bench for the second half of the season. So we're definitely keeping Ridley. And I think that can be a 14th round pick. So that's a huge W. And then I want to say I have Stevenson from the year before in the 11th or 12th. And then that will go up 2 rounds this year, which I think is worth it. Where are we? We need a running back. Did Malik Davis go off? He must have went off. I didn't see it. And we need a tight end. And for a tight end, like, I think we'll be able to. How many keepers are allowed? I believe it's 2 keepers. And it has to be after the 6th round. So 7 plus. The first year you keep them, they reduce by 1 year. And then every year after, they reduce by 2 rounds. I mean, every year after. So the first year they reduce by 1 round if you kept them in the 10th. Next year they're a 9th rounder. After that, they would be a 7th. And then when they get under the 6th, then they go back into the pool. All right. I think we're going to be able to get Hunter Henry here. And if we don't, I'm cool with Trey McBride too. We should be able to get Hunter Henry here, though. Definitely a little weak at RB, but if I'm going to be weak somewhere, that's where I want it. We had some crazy values fall to us, like Brock Purdy at 184, Dobbins at 81, even Jerome Ford a full round, Devontae Adams a small fall, DJ Moore 10 picks, Treylon Burks. That's about it. Felt good, though. Obviously, this team's going to heavily rely on Cam Akers and Dobbins, and then probably Kendra to find a role. All right. How many likes we have, fellas? 38 likes. Let's try to get to 40. I'm going to jump into a second draft soon. We are going to cover these teams. We will cover the teams first. See how everyone drafted. And do a second Pitbull, though. Definitely doing a second Pitbull. Let's see. Deuce Vaughn. Deuce. Malik Davis went at 195. That's probably our preference of target here for 201. I also don't mind like a Dwayne McBride. I don't mind Joshua Kelly too. Probably has a more certain role. CJ Stroud goes at 215. This team's got 4 QBs with Jalen Hurts. Into the dumpster. Into the dumpster. All right, we'll cover Ryan's spot, his team as well in the 6th spot. You notice we were live streaming. It's hilarious. Yeah, some people are just burning money. Never the Pounders, though. You guys are sharp. All right. King of Kings in the 5 spot with Jay Herbs and Bryce Young goes Derrick Henry, Stevenson, Pacheco, Chase Brown, and Ty Chandler. Waller, Njoku, and Ferguson. Very strong at tight end. Don't mind even stopping with these two. Cooper Kupp, Mike Williams, Gabe Davis, Nico Collins, Jacoby Myers, Michael Gallup, Jonathan Mingo, and DJ Chark. I like it. I mean, even DJ Chark's getting pumped up a little bit. He's getting hyped up. He's having a good camp. So I like the double stack here with Carolina. I like this team. I like it a lot. Double anchor RB build. Elite at QB. Gets the stack. It's a nice build. Very strong at tight end too. So very balanced. Ryan in the 6th spot. He tried to do the old double stack and get Jalen to fall to him, but it doesn't work. I remember when Spike Week guys tried doing that in the 12 spot in the $500 draft. Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, Evan Ingram, Dulcich, and McBride. I like this pairing. Jonathan Taylor at 30. I think you have to. James Conner, Antonio Gibson, McKinnon, Gainwell, and Zeke. I'm cool with where you got some of these guys. Zeke's not my favorite click, but he has so many options of teams he can go to right now. That one could, I don't know if it can necessarily burn us, but for where he's going, if he ends up getting 5 touchdowns, he's going to pay out his ADP. AJ Brown, Smith, Keenan Allen, Kirk, Alan Lazard, Isaiah Hodgins, and McCole Hardman. I guess the only super knack I have with it is if you have a double stack on an offense, right? Obviously, the plan was to get Hurts. The only way both of these players go off and you win. Now, this is probably more for deep field tournaments like BBM where it's 440 teams. I would want a rushing QB to be able to spike over Jalen Hurts, even if AJ Brown and Smith had good games. But I see the double stack with Jacksonville. I like that. I personally need a double stack with Trevor Lawrence for me to really love the team. So I like that a lot. And I think that's it. All right, we're going to jump into another one. We are waiting on 10 people. So we'll see if this one pops off. We can always do a Best Ball Mania draft instead. Who's your favorite late round RB free agent? Probably Lenny. I mean, I think it's pretty easy for him to go to a team and just earn like a 3rd down role. And there's plenty of teams that could utilize that role, even like the Patriots. I guess he wasn't in shape. He wasn't in shape for the visit. I mean, same thing as last year, same thing as the year before. He's never in shape this time of year, but this time like he needs to be to get a job. So, all right, we're waiting on 6. I think that was it for Pounders in this one, though. This team with 4 QBs is dead. We can just peek these teams real quick. Burrow and Jones, Pitts and Irv Smith, a little light but obviously he's putting his chips on Kyle Pitts. I don't love the RBs, especially when you're handcuffing this. Not the best. This team's probably dead. Yeah, it's not great. This team with Josh Allen and Derek Carr, Hawkinson and Gesicki, I'm fine with. Wide receivers are good. Yeah, that's fine. I like the Davis pick here. No soup for you with Mahomes and Geno Smith. Andrews, Kittle, and Kincaid, probably way too much capital at tight end, and you're going to see it here at wide receiver. So likely dead. Likely dead. King of Kings had a good draft. Ryan had a good draft. Dench dip. I like the QB pairing. I like the tight end pairing. The RBs are fine. And the receivers are probably the weak point, but I think it's serviceable. Not the best at wide receiver. I don't really like the teams that they just don't feel good, the ones that aren't good at receiver. We're waiting on 5 people for the Pipple. If you want to jump into that with us, we're just going to cover these teams real quick before we jump over there. Dak, Kirk, and Staffy is a cool pairing. Chiggy, Mayer, and Luke Musgrave. And he had a chance to go Hunter Henry, right, in front of us. Where is he? What team are we looking at? We're looking at the 8 spot. So like this Michael Mayer pick, maybe he want Hunter Henry here at 209, and we snipe him here. But even if I have this rookie and I have Chiggy, I'm probably going Trey McBride over Luke Musgrave anyways, just to get some more early season production because I think this team's going to need it. I like the RB group, like fucking very strong at RB. 3 tight ends, 3 QBs, and the receivers are dog. Donation station. Oh, Nate's in the live stream. We had to cover his team in the 10 spot. Lamar and Russell Wilson. I like that pairing. Everett, Knox, Hurst, and Likely. Based on draft capital, I'm fine with going 4 here. I don't do it often, but I think it's okay. Lamb, Amon-Ra, Judy, JSN, George Pickens, Bateman, and Juju. 19 picks after ADP, 7 picks after. You got some nice values. Strong team. RB is probably the little weak spot, but that's fine. Let's see. How many teams do we have left for that? We have 4 people we're waiting on for the Pitbull $75 draft. The 11 seed, 11 spot, A-Rich, Rodgers, and Minshew? No. He handcuffed his QB? Oh, my. Not good. This probably is not enough. Dude, the 30 pick reach here, 31 pick reach on Jelani Woods makes me want to have like a full 6-pack to the face right now. I like the RBs. Like he smashed. This didn't have to be here. This should have been another tight end. And the receivers are okay. It's probably needed another early, like instead of White or instead of Pierce, probably should have had another receiver in that range. Then you put this QB as a tight end, and I like it better. I like it better. So little roster construction tweak there, and I think this team like is actually competing versus now it's dead. There's like 3 or 4 dead teams in this pod though. Now let's go with the 12 seed. Jones, Love, and Howell. I'm cool with that pairing. We're waiting on one more. If you want to join us in the Pitbull $75 draft, Higbee, Taysom Hill, and Logan Thomas. Like I'm even okay with this pairing. If Higbee can get back to some sort of reliable form that he has been in the past with Staffy, you have your spike week guy and Logan Thomas. Probably not my favorite last round tight end he could have went, but he found a stack with Sam Howell, so I can't knock him too much. I like what he did here at RB. I think this is fine capital to spend. And then at wide receiver, like he's strong. I like this. He sniped us on Mims. That was a good pick. Hyatt even, good pick to go with Jones. So I like this team. I don't like the Logan Thomas pick, but he paired it with Sam Howell. Does he need Sam Howell for this team? Did Tannehill go? See, I'd much rather just go naked Tannehill and then go like Hunter Henry here. Like, I don't think you need to correlate Sam Howell and Logan Thomas. I don't think that's going to be the difference of if you win or not. All right, let's go to active. Where are we at? Where's the Pitbull? Find it. Find it. Here it is. Oh, we get the 3 spot. King of Kings is in this one. All right. Oh, this one's going to be a little tougher here. This one's going to be a little tougher. Not as many dead teams. King of Kings in the 1 spot. We get the 3. Drew at the 5. Ryan at the 6. Brian at 9. ER7 at 10. If I missed your name, let me know where you're drafting from. This is going to be a Pounders draft, though. Should be fun. Give us Chase at 3. One time. I didn't have the chat on refresh. We don't get Chase at 3. Let's do it. We're going CMC. We got to go CMC here. We have to go CMC here. Ryan, I'm just seeing your comment. Yeah, I saw Hurts fall a few times in these ones. Had to pivot to Jag stack. I like what you did. You got the double. I think you made it work, dude. RB dried up on me, but hey, tight end can fill the flex too. Nate, you had a good draft too. I really think there's 3 or 4 dead teams, so we're really competing. It's like a 2 out of 8 advance rate instead of 2 out of 12, which is always nice. KLP say, who's your favorite sleeper rookie? Probably right now, it's probably Kendre Miller. Doesn't go without risk, but what draft are you doing next? Sorry, Pitbull. We're in a Pitbull. That boy, big brain. The alpha is in the chat. The alpha is in the chat. You think you got in? Jared, where are you drafting from? Your pick 2? Okay, we'll cover your draft as well. 4th in the next draft. Okay. 12th. Oh, shit. Everyone is a pounder. This is going to be a fun one. King of QC. Yeah, this name looks familiar. Alpha's in the 12 spot. Kamara train. You better select Kamara for us then. Chad says, are you opposed to just go Hurts in the 2nd stack with AJ Brown since it's a new, smaller tournament? Hurts in the 2nd to stack with AJ Brown. Like, I'm not dragging Hurts to 16, if that's what you mean. But if I was trying to try something funky and I went AJ Brown here, I'm likely trying to do the AJ Brown, Smith, and Jalen Hurts combo where you need Jalen Hurts to fall 3 picks. I think that's fine. I think the pairing is fine, but I'm not bringing Jalen Hurts to 16. Oh, Drew, that's Artie's hashtag my guy. Barkley goes to 16. I'd love to get some exposure to Barkley at 16 in these, but we'll see. We will see. Patrick Mahomes goes at 17. We'll see where some of these other elite QBs are drafted. Jalen Waddle at 18 to the Amon-Ra team. It's not going to be as unique because Amon-Ra's ADP is typically back here. Devonta Smith goes to the dig squad. What are you guys going to leave us with? What are you going to leave with? All right. Let's sort of just hope and pray. I would have liked to go, like, my favorite CMC starts are CMC, Devonta Smith, and Jalen Hurts. Here we might do something funky. Let's go T. Higgs here. I hate the T. Higgs click for some reason. I think I'm going to look back next year. I think this click is going to be my least favorite, is the T. Higgs in the second round. Late second. Stevenson off the board. We're basically doing one of these. I don't even mind Taylor 27 too, but I think where we don't get an elite number one receiver, I think we do have to sort of bump these guys up. Like, I like this start so much more than ours. It's okay. He goes Ridley. I'm completely fine with that, to be honest. Now maybe we do go Taylor. Now maybe we do go Taylor at 27. The switch up right there. The switch up. Maybe we target receiver here. So where we start with 2 RBs, like, this does change my strategy. Like, a lot. A lot. I really feel like I need to now target receiver in 3 of the next 4 rounds, like, guaranteed. So I'm typically not going to be able to pull in like Hawkinson with this group. I'm not going to be able to pull in Kittle. We could go an elite QB. Like, that's where I'll make an exception, but we'll see what falls to us. DMD says, I got a question. So I did a pick 'em and I picked Breece Hall for 6 touchdowns and now he isn't up there. Will mine still go through? Yes, it will. Did you choose the over or the under? With the injury news, they take players down like very, very fast. Josh Jacobs goes at 32. You took the over. I mean, 6 touchdowns. He could definitely get it. It would seem low, but if he misses 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then there's always risk of re-injury. So I do like lowers typically in the pick 'em for season longs. I'm not going to do any. When those lines came out, oh man, that's when it was the most juicy. Now they've been sharpened. People have bet on both sides and they're just trying to even the money out. I'm sure we can find some good bets still, but I don't like waiting a full year. But I do like the unders because they can either underperform or they can get hurt. So there's multiple ways to hit the under. Nick, what is up, Sir Patrick? How goes the Pitbull drafting? 2 RB star through 3 rounds, so life's low right now. Life's low. I like the Olave snipe by King of QC. I like the Ridley snipe by Kamara Train. I was thinking the same thing. Like, I'll probably pull Calvin Ridley here. It's fine. We'll take Taylor 27. Someone that I really wasn't drafting in the second round. Had a lot of Saquon. Had a lot of Nick Chubb. Had a lot of Stevenson too in the 3rd round. So we'll get our exposure on the back end here to Taylor. Breece Hall goes at 40. Yeah. With the Dalvin Cook news. If Dalvin does end up in New York, it's probably where Breece Hall should go. Is that 40? I think that makes a lot of sense. King of Kings has a QB, which is nice to see. 7 spot just straight pissing. Najee off the board at 43. Love that. Najee feels a lot better to me as your first RB on the team rather than the second for some reason. Maybe it's just because he's a volume cat. The 8 spot, not going a receiver. Drew brings in DJ Moore. I don't love that because I wanted to try to get the stack. Okay, we weren't going to get it anyways. I think we can do a few things here. We can just double tap receiver. We can go Mike Williams and Herbert. We can go Terry McLaurin and Joe Burrow. We can go Nunya. Let's go Joe Burrow. I think he's going to go Burrow. I don't have a ton of Burrow. Let's go Burrow. There's the math behind it. There's the equation. And then we'll grab one of these 3 receivers. And we are off to the races. Adam Liss. I was so bored I calculated this. If you were to max enter into every contest, it would be $30,700 and you would have 1,791 lineups. I love that. So $1,000 less if you didn't do the Mastiff. I am at how many drafts? I just calculated yesterday, and we're in for, I think we're in for around 8 stacks, 8 stacker racks. Ayuk or Kirk? Let's go Ayuk here. I think there is yeah, I wouldn't even mind getting Purdy again with this team. If we go Kirk, we probably could get Trevor Lawrence back at 70. We have the Ridley team to the left of us. I think that would have been an easy scoop, but I can't really take advantage of that because of the 2 RBs. So like if I had 1 RB, 3 receivers, I'd be more willing to have that 3rd receiver be Kirk, and then potentially I go Trevor Lawrence there. But just something to always keep an eye on the Ridley drafter if you're trying to target the Kirk, Trevor Lawrence stack. Adam says, but if you remove the Bulldog and Massive contest, which costs $6K and $7K to max enter, it'd be 17,700, and you would have, yeah. How many slow drafts? How many puppies did you guys do? Because I can only do I didn't do any of the slow draft puppy, but I did about 60 of the puppy 1 and like 55, 58 of the puppy 2. I would much rather a contest like this where it's just like a bunch of puppies, right? Yes, you sacrifice drafting all day, every day, entering a $75 contest, but I'm sort of, it's like a time management thing for me. Like I would just rather it be a $75 contest at this point. It's like doing 15 puppies at once, but you don't have to do them 15 at once. You know, you can actually focus. Justin Herbert goes to the Keenan Allen squad in the 11th spot. Alpha's starting to piss on the back end here after starting double RB with the Bijan at 12, which is nice. And I like the wide receiver selection too. We need a piss bad. What's it going to be? Mike Evans. Yeah, I like the selection of receivers. Nate got 110 puppy 1s, but then 30 in the others. So a little burnout. Ryan says I get in about 30 to 40 puppies each time. Yeah. Slum Dog says, yo, Pound, what's good? What's up, Slum? I think I saw you in a draft yesterday or 2 nights ago. Nick says some data bros stated that you should only put in enough entries to cover the minimum if you cash in the lowest amount in the finals. For the Hound, you should do 50 entries to try to get $500 at least. So he's talking about like pushing it to the last round. So in this, like if you do 10 of these, it's $750. If you make it to the finals though, you win 1,500. Now, how many people make it to, we're going to X out real quick. How many people make it to week 16? So it goes from 250 entries, 250 teams in week 16, right? Yeah, 250 entries. And what's that pay? The top 250 is $200. So it's not enough. You have to make it to week 17 with one lineup at least if you're going to get your money back, but you 2x your money. I do like the way this is prized out, in my opinion. 2 out of 12 teams advance. 2 out of 12 teams advance again, or is it 2 out of 10? I already forget. 2 out of 10 and then 1 out of 10 for that 25-person group final. So this is what I was talking about with the T-Law. Sanders. Yeah, like we could have gotten T-Law pretty easily. But this falls to us really nicely. And we have the week 17 little mini too. Love that. The bots are coming, Nick says. Yeah, we actually hired a bot farm to give us more comments. Thank you, NFLSQTV.com. Finally making Drew work. Earn your share. He goes, Waller. I fucking didn't think that Waller was going to get scooped here, but he does. This has to be a Trevor Lawrence pick, right? Yeah, he goes T-Law. I'm cool with going another RB here. When's my next pick? Next pick's at 94.99. It's kind of gross for receivers. I think it's tough to get out of here without another wide receiver. I don't have a ton of Quentin Johnston. Is this where we make the exception? Nah, we're going Treylon. I can't. If Quentin Johnston was behind Treylon Burks, like Treylon Burks used to be drafted ahead of Quentin Johnston, I think the overcorrection is what it was, in my opinion, to the D-Hop news. So we'll make a small reach ahead for Treylon Burks. We caught up at wide receiver. I now feel a little better. We have Joe Burrow at QB, T. Higgs stack. Maybe we go Sky Moore, something stupid with our next pick. I don't love the Sky Moore click, but I still think he's going to rise, which could be gross. Do I go Waller there too? Like if Waller's there, I could probably make the Waller click work, but I think it's a little bit of a force. Jared says, you sniped me on Burrow. I was taking a chance by taking Jones first. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't letting Burrow go to you. Cause then I'm fighting for correlation, and sure we can do that. I also don't mind going like 3 late QBs with correlation. But in this type of tournament where I just really want to focus on advance rates, 25-person finals, so I don't care if the team's even super heavily correlated with bringbacks. So that's why I don't even feel the need to even bring in Sky Moore with my next pick. But let's see what comes to us. Double anchor RB build. Caught up at receiver. Definitely could use. Let's see. Let's see what you guys leave us for scraps. KLP bringing in the politics. Who has more money? Pacheco off the board at 91. Positive news about his injury status, which is what you like to see. I think you're getting a nice little discount on Pacheco, to be honest. Bateman off the board. Fook me. All right. I think we just go Cortland Sutton here. Positive news out of camp on Cortland Sutton. I don't absolutely love the click, but we're sort of in this dead zone. Drafting around news. Let's see what falls back to us. AJ Dillon gone. Had to know that was going to happen. J-Mo was definitely an option. Ingram was an option, but we wanted Njoku. Let's go. Njoku's been making plays in camp. Look up some of his highlights. He had one catch that was absolutely insane. He took another one like 60 yards to the house too. So he's been making plays. I think everyone in Cleveland's offense has been, though. Good sign. It's a good sign for Njoku shares. We'll add another $75 to the entry fees for Njoku. Caught up at receiver, though. Again, now we're like back to this balanced state where our next pick, we could go QB, we could go RB, we could go receiver, we could go tight end. And that's the easiest way to scoop a value when it comes to you if you're just balanced at all times. That's the way I tend to draft. Need an AR share in this. Is that what he does? He brings in A-Rich at 101. I like it. I like it. I like it. We'll see if he goes 3 QBs or sticks with just 2. J Fields Tua pairing's nice. It's real nice. If J Fields made it to us at 46, we were definitely probably going to try another J Fields team, in my opinion, if I'm being completely honest. Because I'll just select J Fields at any possible opportunity. But guys, if you just get in here, drop a like on the live stream. We're going to be doing a 24-hour live stream. If we can hit 1,000 subscribers before NFL kickoff, completely possible. Need your help. Drop a comment, drop a like, drop some love. Appreciate you guys. Alpha's not afraid of the Charbonnet shoulder injury news. Nope. No, he's not. Send a quick text, and we're back in. Juju at 110. He went at what? 136 in our last draft? Nick said, Pat, check the highlight reel. Just send you over on the Discord. Let me peek it. And let me drop the Discord for everyone that isn't already in it. BestBall community with over 130 active members. We're covering training camp news every single day. We have a section for your draft grades to post the drafts when you're done. And we have a free Best Ball Mania 4 draft guide, which could be used for this tournament as well, that we just updated a few weeks ago when Best Ball Mania 4 was 45% full, completely free for the YouTube subscribers. Let me pull up that video, Nick. Don't forget the pick'ems. Nick says, don't forget the pick'ems. There is a pick'em channel for you sickos that have turned me into a sicko. All right, let me see this video. On the Instagrams, this better not be like a ballscape. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw the Pickens catch. He does that, though. He does that in tight coverage. That's like his MO. That's his MO. All right, so, I mean... Fuck. He goes Jerick McKinnon. I think I just have to go Danny Dimes here. I might not even have to click him right now because you could assume that he's going to go Kirk Cousins. Let's bring in Danny Dimes. We're done at QB. I would have gone Harris if he came back to us. We're probably not going Elijah Mitchell. The other thing I was thinking about is going Dolchich and then Russell Wilson, but I didn't want to reach that far. I'm surprised this wasn't a Zay Jones click, but he already has a double stack. Let's bring in Mooney here. Let's bring in another receiver. Yeah, we're done for a while at receiver now. And that's what's nice about having Daniel Jones is you can just add his receivers on the back end. Now I can focus RB and tight end to finish this draft, basically. Just a little sprinkle of some Giants at the end there. Just sprinkle them in. Double anchor RB build. Obviously playing around these two guys. We catch up at wide receiver. What do you got? Are you guys drafting Mooney over Zay Jones? Am I the only lunatic doing that? But like Zay Jones, in my opinion, where you have Kirk, you have Calvin Ridley, you have Ingram, you have pass catching running backs. He's making nice plays. Like I will say, I've seen training camp and Zay Jones is making plays. But Mooney's going to be the second favorite target on the team in this range. Yeah, Ryan says I had him queued over Zay Jones. Fantasy dysfunctional. I grab Mooney over Zay every time. Nick says I think it's correct, but it's definitely close. CSM, I want Mooney to stack with Fields. Sniped. Sorry. It's just I have him ahead of Zay Jones in my mind. I think DJ Moore being there is actually going to help Darnell Mooney. So we'll see. And I still think like Zay Jones will have his games. But I think Mooney has the chance to be more consistent in an offense that is a little more condensed for receivers. Yeah. Ryan says Mooney balled out as a wide receiver too his rookie year. Yeah, he had a great season. He doesn't even need to get back to that. That's the thing. Like he can fall 15, 20% short of that season and still pay out at his ADP. I'm surprised. Where's the Waller team? Who went Waller? Oh, okay, maybe King of Kings would have went Jones, but then he has Allen, right? And you're giving up week 13 at QB, so maybe not. 2 out of 12 advanced, so I don't think you have to get super, super cute with stacks. I really don't. Does it help? Does it help your chances of being correct? Like for season long for weeks 1 through 14, of course, but the Mooney burger. The Mooney Looney burger. Tank Bigsby, Jalen Warren. These are some guys that we obviously want to bring in. King of QC has to go receiver here. Could go tight end too. Is he there? He goes Mingo. We are like screaming for Tyler Algier for this team. We were just like over here praying he makes it back to us, which is so sad. I actually don't mind the click though, to be honest. I don't mind the click. Now, our next pick, we can do a few things. We have falling tight ends. We could bring in... I wouldn't go receiver. I'm actually surprised Drew didn't go Alec Pierce with this pick. Maybe he thinks it's making back to him. But when you put Alec Pierce in front of us, ooh, Mims at 145. Kind of a hot take there, in my opinion. I think we just go Singletary here. We have tight ends falling. I think we just go Singletary here for this team build. Maybe if our second QB is not Daniel Jones, we pick up Chiggy here for the double stack in Tennessee and then try to focus Ryan Tannehill. I think that's definitely viable. Drew does make the plan work. He gets Alec Pierce. TJ Chark goes right after at 148. Kyler Murray at 151 to pair with Jared Goff. I don't mind that pairing at all. He has Marquise Brown, got a Amon-Ra. No Dallas bring back, but that's fine. That's fine. Brian with the 2-4-4-2 build. ER7 with the 2-4-6 start. Lamar and Dak. Brian with Geno and Rodgers. Drew says, I assumed you were going double RB, letting Pierce go. Smart. Yeah, I agree with this, Nick. I agree with this. Jared says, I'm glad I got Ingram when I did because I want a second catcher behind Ridley with Lawrence. Didn't want it to be Zay. Let me peek. Jared in the 2 spot. Chase, Derrick Henry, Calvin Ridley. Oh, shit. We're not on the clock, right? Oh, my God. The thing didn't update in the top left. And it said I had 1 second left on a pick. Like, oh, shit. So Chase, Henry, Ridley, Aaron Jones, Mixon, Michael Pittman, T-Law, Michael Thomas, Ingram, Damon Harris, Dobbs, Schultz, Derek Carr. Interested to see what you do with Carr with this team. You got Thomas. Are you comfortable with just stopping with one pass catcher, or are you going to try to bring in, I was going to say Shaheed. He goes at 152, and if he made it to 166, we would probably scoop him. He's one of my favorite clicks in this range. And this is what we need. We need RBs to follow to us. Please stop clicking RBs. Thank you. And we need, I think we could have stopped at 2 tight ends if we go Cole Kmet with one of these picks. Cole Kmet, Schultz, whoever your favorite is, Chiggy. That's probably the most I would push it. Mechie off the board. I think that's a sharp pick. Bringing Mechie up. Foreman off the board. Yeah, Adam, this is the second pit bull. And most likely I'm going to max this tournament for sure. For sure. 2 out of 12 advance, 2 out of 10 advance, then 1 out of 10 week 16 into week 17. Oh, the Jeff Wilson click. Again. I think with this team, we'll go Tajay Spears. I don't think I need another running back. I think we're good at RB. So if we're good at RB, we're good at QB. I like where this is headed. We're strong at receiver. I mean, we definitely caught up. We definitely need a couple more receivers. I do like the Samuel click there. I mean, I have to go Irv Smith. Here. I don't have a ton of Irv Smith. 10 picks after ADP. We have Burrow. It makes sense. It makes sense to click Irv here. We're going to need a third tight end, though, for this team. So one of our picks is going to be tight end, and we can go 2 receivers, making it a 2-5-8-3 build. Could be overkill. We'll see what's available. Or we could go another late. All right, we lost it, and now we're back in. We lost internet, but we're back. Someone drop a like for the Wi-Fi gods. Oh, my Jesus. We're back. We went rogue, but now we're back. Jason says reports have Booty cooking Gonzalez and Jones in practice. Is it time to make a booty call? Hell no. Even if he doesn't catch many passes, I don't count Ingram as a top tight end guarantee, so I want a third tight end. I agree with this take, Jared. 100%. 100%. Especially your first tight end's Ingram. Now, if you have another tight end before Ingram and you pair with Ingram, I'm stopping it too, most likely. But yeah, I like this pairing too with Schultz. Falling Schultz, bringing Taysom Hill for those spike weeks. Devontae Parker goes at 177. Brock Purdy at 182. Jake Ferguson gone. Tyler Conklin gone. So these tight ends are being pulled up a little bit in this draft. Now, after we had that middle round tight end fall. On a Thursday. Brother Jay sends me a text. 50 plus live on a Thursday afternoon. Love that. Thank you guys for coming out and joining us. We are trying to get this 120K up top so we can buy an island and then throw a draft party. No islands. We're going to draft the next one in space. Oh, the Hyatt snipe. I had to push Hyatt, dude. I'm not picking Hyatt at 171. I had to try to push him to his ADP. Not surprised he got taken. So I can't even act surprised. Look at all those KC receivers, guys. There's one. He gone. We do want one of these two, at least. Fuck. Like, no other way to say it. Just fuck. I'm cool with going. Slayton here. We need him. I don't mind the reach. Adam asks, do you think going 2 elite QBs in round 1 to 5 and 1 to 4 is a viable strategy in this contest? No, I don't. Not in tournaments where 2 out of 12 advance. And we just got breaking news. A little nugget for the people that are in here live with us. Zach Charbonnet shoulder participating in practice today. I like the Hardman click. Damn, you guys are a bunch of savages. Bunch of savages. Savages in the chat. I might just have to reach up and get my boy. I am Team Hunter Henry over Mike Gesicki. This might seem crazy to you. It's crazy to me too. Go up and get your guys. Especially at the end of drafts, I don't really care too much about ADP. And now let's see what falls to us. Claypool off the board at 196. I like that click for the J Fields team. I'm not clicking it a ton, but he needed to bring in that correlation because Drew, I think, took DJ Moore, right? Yeah. Hayden Hurst off the board. I'm just not going to have a ton of Hayden Hurst. Drew, what's your exposure to Hayden Hurst? Like post NFL draft? Tannehill, Pickett, and Jalen Hurts. Okay, so brings in a third tight end. Didn't need it, but definitely be very strong at QB. Did I say tight end? Third QB. Tight ends are Chiggy, Pat Freiermuth. So we'll see if he goes a third there with the last pick. Diggs, Devonta Smith, Deontay Johnson, Jordan Addison, Jay Jones, John Mechie, and Tyquan Thornton. This will be a fun one to go over everyone's team. This will be a fun one. Oh, 1 sec. And we're back. 8% Hurst. All right, so you're even with the field. Copy that. I'm definitely going to be under field. Liam Murphy was streaming a Pitbull draft earlier, and he got Diggs, Devonta Smith, Jalen Hurts on the team. I don't think it's that hard, especially if you were to pull Diggs to 5 or 6. Like we just see it right here. Diggs, Smith, and Jalen Hurts. Now Jalen Hurts falls 5 picks. Corey Davis selection here with Rodgers. I think that makes sense. A little hyper fragile build by Brian. That'll be fun to cover too. I like that team just at first glance by Brian. Look at these RBs being disrespected. Even like Chase Brown with the positive news behind Trevion Williams. That's nutty. This dude's got 10 receivers. Has he been on auto? No. He just really needed 10 receivers. No, this team actually legit just needed 10. That's funny. Holy smokes. Damn, the CPAC click. Huh? The CPAC click. Let's see what Drewski does here. Yeah, easy click on Chase Brown. 100%. 100%. Let's see. Let's see what we get. Haven't even peaked our bye weeks, but they look pretty good. Dwayne McBride. I think we just make the Terrace Marshall click here. Maybe we just say that Adam Thielen's dust. He just bleeds dust. DJ Chark's performing in camp, so I think that's interesting. Also don't mind the Mac Hollins click. Let's go Terrace Marshall here. 2583 is our final for this squad. For the listeners, we went with Joe Burrow and Daniel Jones at QB. I think that's a nice, strong pairing. At tight end, Njoku, Irv Smith for the stack, and Hunter Henry. Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Algier, Devin Singletary, and Tajay Spears. It's a fun little backfield there. Receivers, T. Higgins, Brendan Ayuk, Jahan Dotson, Treylon Burks, Cortland Sutton, Darnell Mooney, Darius Slayton, and Terrace Marshall at the end. Had a nice little end zone grab today in practice. All right, let's pull this draft up, and we'll go over everyone's team real quick. If you haven't already, go down, drop a like on a live stream. If you want to jump in these live drafts with us, your best chances are joining the YouTube memberships or the Patreon. We do put you in a Discord channel where we tip everyone off when we're jumping in. Let's do it this way so it's nice and big. Don't quote me on that. King of Kings in the one spot. Josh Allen and Russell Wilson's a nice pairing with Waller and Dulcich. Sick. Stevenson, Montgomery, AJ Dillon, Jerome Ford, and Kent Gainwell. I'm fine with this group. Dulcich is someone that should be on the rise too. So like picking him before ADP, I think is sharp right now. Wide receivers, JJ, Mike Williams, Terry McLaurin, Jameson Williams, KJ Osborne, Marvin Mims, McCole Hardman, Justin Ross, and Laviska Shenault. He goes last pick, Shenault. Interesting. I'd probably want it to be a running back, especially where you look pretty solid at receiver. And after week 6, you kind of assume JMO will have a nice role. But yeah, I think it's a fun click. It's definitely a fun click. I like the McCole Hardman reach up. We were probably going to go McCole Hardman when it got back to us at 194. And Marvin Mims, the reach up there for the stack is well done. At the 2 spot, Jared in the live stream, Trevor Lawrence, Derek Carr, and CJ Stroud. Nice little 20 pick boost on Stroud here. Ingram, Schultz, and Taysom Hill. Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, Damian Harris, and Zamir White. I like this pairing as well of RBs and tight ends. Jamar Chase, Ridley, Pittman, Michael Thomas, Dobbs, Curtis Samuel, and Renfro. Might be a little light at receiver. But, you were draft neighbors. You were actually in a sandwich, a pounder sandwich here. I guess so was I, like an extended, maybe a double burger here in between. Actually, geez, I might have been this was, how many did we have in a row? 3, 4, 5, 6? We had 6 pounders in a row. Sheesh. We went over our team. King of QC, Justin Fields, Tua Tags, Mark Andrews, and Juwan Johnson. I like that pairing. I like this pairing of QBs too. Pierce, Alvin Kamara, Jerick McKinnon, Elijah Mitchell, Jeff Wilson, and Dwayne McBride. Man, I get sniped on Jeff Wilson 2 drafts in a row. Feels bad. Back out at practice today for Jeff Wilson. Good to see. Nice little value here on Pierce. I feel like he's a common faller, but that's when I'm selecting him too. I like when he falls. It feels good. Tyreek Hill, Olave, Kirk, Pickens, Mingo, DJ Chark, Paris Campbell, and Chase Claypool. Get sniped on Campbell and Hyatt, which is fine. We end up making it work with Slayton. I like these receivers. I think this is it's a solid group. Nothing crazy for standout values, but it just works. Drewski with A-Rich and Kirk. So he does stop at 2 QBs, which I think is fine because Kirk's going to give you that weekly floor. And maybe with Addison, his ceiling goes up higher this season. But we saw last year where he only spiked into the top 3 one time. But as a QB1, he finished 7 times. So very consistent. And then maybe A-Rich gives you that boost you need in the playoffs. TJ Hawk and Hayden Hurst. Tony Pollard, Miles Sanders, Khalil Herbert, Jalen Warren, Donta Foreman, and Chase Brown. I like this group a lot. Just steady, getting little values here. Little value on Chase Brown too right now, which is crazy. To get Chase Brown after ADP with the Trevion Williams injuries, pretty nice. Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, Quinn Johnson, Rashad Bateman, Alec Pierce, Jaden Reed, and Richie James. It's funny, like QC, like I think all these guys are going to have their games. I don't know if anyone's going to be like the consistent number one or number two, even if they're starting in like 2 wide receiver sets, like MVS. Like I still think these other guys that are being drafted late will still have their games. So I like the Richie James click at the end of drafts. Ryan in the 6th spot, Jalen Hurts, Kenny Pickett, Tannehill. Completely fine stopping here at 2, but we'll see what he does with the 3rd click as well. Freiermuth, Chiggy, and Mike Gesicki. Najee Harris, Swift, Pacheco, A-Chain, and Bigsby. Like, I'm cool with this group. Diggs, Smith, Deontay Johnson, Jordan Addison, Zay Jones, John Mechie, and Tyquan Thornton. I think it's fine. Consistent. Pat Freiermuth, you get spike weeks from Chiggy and Mike Gesicki. Spike weeks, I mean, you get him 20 picks after ADP. It's 22 picks after ADP. You basically have to click them at that point. RBs, you get your consistent, you get your spike week guy. I like the Pacheco at his current ADP. And then you add in 2 rookies, which are nice. And then wide receivers, like upside, steady floor, spike weeks. I think it makes sense. I feel like I'd want one more receiver, but it's still a strong team. JK Rice, I don't think he was in the live stream. Let me know if you were. Geno Smith and Rodgers for Brian. Kittle, Goddard, and Conklin. I like this pairing. Don't think you need Conklin, but you have Rodgers. I saw that. So, yeah, I like 3 tight ends typically with Kittle, unless you're going another early mid tight end, then I don't think you have to add the 3rd. Barkley, Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, Rashad Penny, and CPAT. That's a nice pairing right there. Breece Hall at 40. It's kind of where his new ADP is falling to. It's hard to roast. I mean, we'll see what the wide receivers look like. Brown, Metcalf, Kadarius Toney, Nico Collins, MVS, DPJ, Devontae Parker, Corey Davis. Yeah, the wide receivers is what got you, I think. I think this pick, Goddard, if we go back and look, should have probably been a wide receiver. And then you're forced to select Kadarius Toney, it looks like. So I think if you're going to find a mistake, it would probably be this click right here. And then, like, if this is a receiver, right, in this range, and then it's Kittle, Conklin, and Noah Fant. Like, obviously, you didn't know you were going Geno at the time, but with DK Metcalf, you had to know at least it was an option. But no, I don't think it's terrible. It's definitely, I think, one more receiver in this range, and it would be a lot better. ER7 with a 2.673 build, Lamar Jackson and Dak Aroni, Tyler Higbee, Isaiah Likely, and Jake Ferguson. 20 picks before ADP, 25 picks before ADP. Really making a statement here. ER. J.K. Dobbins at ADP with Lamar, Javonte Williams, Brian Robinson, Kendre, Rashawn Johnson, and Malik Davis. Like, I'm fine with this group. Javonte Williams expected to play in the 2nd preseason game, which is insane news. CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, JSN, Zay Flowers, Michael Gallup, and Michael Wilson. I think it's a well-balanced team. You got an ER7. If you know anything about ER7, this might be the scoop right here. Always has Dallas stacks on every team. Homer. Absolute homer. Alpha in the 12 spot. This was a pounders draft. My God. Deshaun Watson, Jordan Love. I don't mind the pairing. Kmet, Knox, and Luke Musgrave. I like this 3B right here. You have Knox and Kmet at bye week 13, which is fine. Bijan, Chubb, Charbonnet, Jamal Williams, Chuba, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Claps, if you were selecting Zach Charbonnet when he fell to 115, when he fell to 120, he's back out there practicing. So that's really good news if you're able to get that discount. Judy, Watson, Tyler Lockett, Mike Evans, Elijah Moore, Lazard, and Rondell Moore. Yeah, we're your first wide receivers, Judy. I probably want 8 receivers for this team. And where your first 2 picks are Chubb and Robinson, I think you really have to lean into these guys spiking every single week just due to what you paid for them. So maybe this last pick is a Cedric Tillman, right? To pair with your boy here, Deshaun Watson. That's probably what I'd like to see for this team, just because of capital you spent at receiver. I think you could have used another one. But guys, really not bad. Alpha, it's not bad at all. It's playable. It's in play. Guys, thanks for coming out. We're going to be doing some more of these this weekend, so make sure you stick around. Drop the sub. Drop a like on the way out if you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream, and I'll catch you on the next one. Pounders.